Obviously, the first overtime loss of the season, but Alicia Froling did have 19 points and 13 rebounds. Now 38 career doubles, ties the program record. Again, that's Janelle and Shasta. We'll open it with a statement from Coach.
Very, very hard-fought game. I think it's going to be one that hopefully our young team can really learn from. I just left them in the locker room, and none of them feel good about the outcome, but they all realize just how close we were to winning, but how far we are away from being where we want to be. So maybe we wasn't ready to win that game. Alabama came to win it. Alabama has a little bit more experience than we have, so they know how to finish. And I think we're going to get there soon, hopefully soon.
Questions?
Obviously not the result you wanted, but considering 2 for 20 on threes and missing 14 free throws, are you surprised we're even sitting here talking about a game that went to overtime and ended up being decided by a single point?
Well, what that indicates is that their effort was there, their fight was there. They just absolutely refused to quit. We were down 10, and I was trying to find a rotation, someone to sub in to give us a boost. Alicia was out there holding them off. Then Amber Bacon came in and gave us a quick boost. But to answer your question, you miss that many free throws, you shoot that bad of a percentage, you're not supposed to be in the game. If we correct any one of those, we're sitting here 3-0.
Your last game out, a lot of things didn't go your way. Tonight you start out very fast. You had like 6 rebounds in the first 6 minutes, and again finished with a double-double. What did you do differently? What changed for you?
I mean, I wasn't happy with how I played last game, but in saying that, my team played well, and I mean, not that I didn't feel needed, but I didn't need to do what I normally do. So I think that was what I kind of took as justification. And I was like, you know what? I know this is an SEC team. We've got 7 freshmen. They've never played against big girls like that before. So I kind of knew that I had to come out ready to go this game. And I mean, I shouldn't have played the way I did the other game, but I mean, I'm glad that it was that game that I didn't play great in. But I just knew I had to come out because, I mean, we're so young, and those girls have never played against big, women like that before. So I guess I just knew I kind of had to lead the way.
So are you the type of player who has a day like that and carries it over into the next game?
Yeah.
Thinking about the last one as you start the next one?
I mean, I knew, but I also, me and Coach spoke about this before, I'm very hard on myself. So I kind of just took that game as, my teammates played really well, maybe they got a bit of confidence from the previous game. I'm also, it's my 2nd game back from injury. I kind of expect to have, I don't want to have necessarily not great games, but I'm still kind of getting a feel for it out there. I guess though today I was just super focused because I knew what they were coming with.
Mackenzie Ellis hit a shot right at the end of regulation. Did you think she beat the buzzer?
No, I knew it was close. I thought she was a second late, but not many calls went my way tonight, so I didn't think I was going to get that one. The effort was good. I told Ariana after it happened when she caught it in the corner, we thought we were going to catch them sleeping and was able to get a free shot, but they guarded. I wish she'd have just ripped that and went to the basket. But that's still a field. We got to get in more games we have, the more we'll be ready mentally to finish.
What was the confusion on the overtime in the timeout in overtime?
Well, I have a defense that is called point. Okay, and all game I've been telling them we're going to point, and we scored, and I was telling our girls, we're getting the point. He calls timeout. I said, I called. I'm wondering who called the timeout. They said, I called. I said, no, I didn't call timeout.
Right.
He said, yeah, you did. No. Timeout or time. I'm yelling, and it's always here, but no here, no there. I wish I would have had to use it to advance the ball after Alabama scored to draw something up. That's not the reason we lost. We make 1, 2 more of those free throws. We're not in that situation.
it's no secret how competitive you are, so when you tie a record like the double-double record in the history of the program, but you don't get the victory, how much gratification can you get out of something like that?
I mean, honestly, I think I was talking to the coach today, like I don't really, like I'm not going for records. Like this year I'm trying to win, but we've got a goal to go to the tournament, so I'm just kind of doing what I have to do to get to that goal. So, I mean, the double-doubles, it's nice, but at the end of the day too, like it's not something that's at the forefront of my mind. Like I didn't even realize until you guys just said it then. Like, so, I mean, it's just, I kind of, like I've said this before, like I've done a lot of individual stuff. I've had individual success here. I want to have success as a team.
Because it's a number that reflects both scoring and rebounding, is it more gratifying than if, say, you went out and set the single game scoring record or something?
I mean, rebounding's my thing. It always has been my thing. I think that I take a lot of pride in that just because it shows, like, you know, hard work to rebound. So I've always taken pride in rebounding, but I like to score too, so I'm not any record. It doesn't bother me.
I love it. You know, listen. I love her response to that. At the same time, I would love for her to look at that and also celebrate it. Every small victory is one that you have to appreciate it. Of course, she wants to win as a team, and if she keeps demonstrating in practice, I think the younger players will catch on to what it is she's doing. You mentioned earlier she's the ultimate competitor. She competes. Right now, she may not like this comparison. I mean, I played against this guy, saw this guy. She's a Dennis Rodman type because she's a relentless rebounder. There's value for that everywhere. Yes, she's double-double. She can score also. But when you rebound and pursue the ball the way that she does, that's going to give us some extra possessions somewhere down the line that will become contagious for our young players. And she says her thing. I just want her to spread some of her thing, and we may give her a chance to get to the tournament.
Is a game like this where you're chasing the game for most of the night, you rally back, you tie it up, you go to overtime, and then fall short? Is it harder to stomach that way than if it's just one of those days that your shots aren't going down and you're not quite in it?
I'm going to let you ask her first, and then I'll answer second.
I mean, every loss is tough, but in saying that, like I think we saw tonight the potential that we have as a team. So even though it sucks to lose, and like it's, you know, you go from one high to the next, like we're riding a wave, like, and then we're up, we're down, like, so it is very emotional. It's a bit draining, especially when you don't come away with the win. But I also, like I said, me and Ari said to the girls, like, remember this feeling, like we know how good we can be. We showed a glimpse of that tonight. If we just tidy up those little things, we shoot the ball better. I mean, we're probably not going to have another, hopefully not going to have another night like that again. Like, we have so much potential, and I think that maybe people weren't necessarily believing that at the start of the year, but now it's kind of like, oh, I think we maybe have opened some people's eyes, including our own.
And I think that's the most important. Now, I think they open their own eyes, that they actually can compete. It wasn't a great game, but it was a hard-fought game. It wasn't a pretty game, but it was a game that tests our mental, our physical. The key to what happens now is how we respond to this game. Do we fold, or do we get hungrier? Do we splinter a little bit, or do we come close together? Do we believe more, or do we stop believing? We just don't know. And until I go through, hopefully not many more losses, but many of these tests before I can actually tell what the identity of this team is going to be, we just have to enjoy the ride.
All right, you talked about the response, and both of you have talked about how young this team is.
Yes.
You come so close tonight, and now you've got to regroup. You've got another game coming up. As the coach, as the senior leader, how do you help all your young teammates regroup and get ready for the next one?
I guess the biggest thing is recovery. You know, that was a tough game. We have a lot of players that played a lot of minutes, so that's going to be key, especially for someone like me who's a bit older. But then just getting mentally right. I think that none of us want to shoot like we did tonight, so I think we're going to get in the gym. I mean, we've got 2 days, and we can change a lot in that. I think it's just mentally being prepared and learning from like that feeling of losing.
She's right. Right now, the physical recovery is extremely important, but the mental recovery of the young ones inside who think I didn't play well. Maybe it's my fault. The ones who did play extremely hard didn't shoot the ball well. Maybe missed some free throws. How do they bounce back? This is our first go around. Okay, so all of that's going to matter. So I'm gonna have to gauge that, watch that, but we don't have a whole lot of time because it's bang bang, and then we go play Big 12. We go across the street and go play TCU, and then we get ready for a tournament. So they don't have a whole lot of practice time. So how do we get them ready? How do we keep them focused? We tell them how close we've been. Let's keep grinding. It's not a sprint, it's a marathon, and hopefully they can buy that and believe it.